Hi guys, how are we all doing? And not long got back from the MEM, and Rovers have drawn 2-2 with Tranmere. Not the result I think anyone was thinking Rovers were going to get after such a pulsating opening 20 minutes. But Rovers eventually just ran out of steam, I think, and I think some disappointing tactics from the manager. Kind of didn't help. So I'm going to break that all down a little bit today. First of all, obviously I've had a haircut, and it makes me realise how big ears I have. But all in all, pretty good. Off out some birthday drinks. So it's my birthday on Tuesday. I believe I'll be 23. And yeah, so I hope everyone's keeping well. So Rovers, we started very, very well, and early goal from Josh Grant. Good goal. He's the man of the moment at the moment. Josh Grant playing really, really well, helping the team out, tackles, big challenges, goals, assists, everything. He's doing excellent at the moment. And then you've got other players around him who've really stepped up, like Anthony Evans, who just seems to be firing on all cylinders at the moment. He's a fantastic playmaker, and Dexter's trying to get involved again. Thank you. Just some really standout players at the moment. And then after 20 minutes, Nicholson makes it 2, and you're thinking, here we go. And then after that, we controlled the game out. Tranmere got their goal. Okay, maybe could have done a little bit better defensively. I think it was Anderson that got turned. If it was him, I'm not really going to stick too much blame on him. He's not a defender. It happens. So it goes in at half-time at 2-1. I'm thinking, do you know what? Let's get a third early door second half and seal the game up. And what happened second half was the complete opposite of the first half. And it just felt like, again, I've said this before, it just felt like we regressed. There wasn't really much in the way of chances. We didn't play badly, but there was just no chances being created. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, we're 2-1 up. And it just felt nervous. And I said after 65 minutes, I think this is when Kilgore went off, I said to people around me, I said to Joe, I said I didn't feel nervous against Northampton, but now I'm starting to feel nervous. And to me, it just felt like a carbon of the Colchester game. Anderton came on for Alfie Kilgore, which I didn't mind. Kilgore was injured, he had to go off. He's really the only kind of replacement we had on the bench. But then Grant got moved to right wing back. Anderton got pushed further forward. I think Anderton got moved to left wing back. Just completely upset the team and just didn't seem to work. And then Whelan came on, which I understood. I understood Whelan coming on. I think he came on for Sean Spence. He did his job 100%. He wasn't there to score goals. He was there to tighten the game up. And I just had a feeling that all it was going to take was one chance. I can't remember who the last sub was now. I'm just going to have a quick look. But, the substitutions, ultimately, I think it did Rovers more harm than good today. Sorry, it was Anderson that came off for Collins. So I understood those substitutions. I understood Collins coming on. I thought he maybe should have started. I'm glad Sean Spence started. I thought he didn't do too badly. Didn't score a goal, but worked hard. And I just look at some players in the team, and I'm not going to be too miserable about it because they worked incredibly hard Tuesday. And I'm not going to take anything away from them. It's just disappointing. Kind of like with a parent, you're not angry, you're just disappointed. And that's what I feel like today. And ultimately, we just didn't create enough in the second half. We didn't create enough until the 90th minute, the 85th minute or so. And it's like, well, we should have been doing this 20 minutes ago. It's a bit late now. And I have to be honest, and I'm going to put me neck on the line a bit here. And I know I'm probably going to come under a bit of fire. I'm just going to be honest. I think Sam Nicholson has not been the player that we're told by some that he is this season anyway. I think he's been very average. I don't think he's looked particularly fit since he's come back. He's not looked like the player he was last season. He just looks like a different player, and not in a good way. I know he's been played out of position slightly, but I think his all-round game isn't the same as it was. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if the injuries were a little bit harder on him than we thought. I'm not taking away his work rate because he works incredibly hard, but I just look at him and I think that's not the player that was playing 12 months ago. I don't know if it was different because we weren't there or things like that, but I look at Nicholson and I think that's not the player we signed 18 months ago. and he missed that great chance at the end. And I think Nicholson of last season would have buried that. I think pretty much anyone else on the pitch would have buried that. But he needs to score a goal where he kind of makes it himself, where he beats a few players and puts it in the corner, like the one he scored against Rochdale and Wimbledon last season. He needs that breakout. He needs that goal where he's made himself. Not that someone set him up. So he just needs that at the moment. It was just disappointing, and if I'm honest, I don't see how he deserves his spot right now in the team. I know he scored today, but I just don't see how he deserves his spot in the team. And the reason why I mention this is because we're always being told he's too good for League Two. Well, I'm not being funny. He doesn't look any better than Evans does, or anyone like that. He doesn't. He looks average. He doesn't look anything special. He looks like a decent player, but I don't think he looks, a player who could be playing in the Championship. Absolutely no way. Which is a shame, because I think he's a really good player. But right now, he is completely off the ball. So I think today was a bit of a bump in the road. It was a real chance to continue the momentum. We could have been within 3 points of the playoffs today. Didn't quite happen for us. We're still, I think it's 5 points off still, especially with Newport and Swindon playing each other, and they both drew. So that was a real missed opportunity today. Real chance to kick on Tuesday with Salford. They're a team that's kind of lower mid-table, kind of just below where we are. Real chance to kick on there. I'm going to be there, of course. I'll be on location, so I'll probably do a little video when I'm up there. And yeah, so that'll do it for me. It's a bit difficult to really digest that, because it wasn't awful, but it could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot better. It wasn't a bad game, though. I think if you're watching it as a neutral, I think it wasn't a bad game. Good crowd in the building as well, just over 7,000 for an end of November game against Tranmere. Not the best weather. Parking was a fucking bastard today. I arrived around where I normally park to around 2:15. I normally get there sort of between 2:15. And I didn't get parked up nearly until 20 to 3. So it was an absolute nightmare to try to find somewhere to park today. Fingers crossed it's a bit better for the next home game, which I believe is Sutton in 2 weeks in the FA Cup. So I kind of forget Forest Green next weekend is an away game, because it's only 20 minutes up the road. But that'll do it for me. I'm not overly mad. I can't be angry at a game like that. It was a decent game, to be fair, and I think a couple of weeks ago we'd have taken a point. Not the best to draw your home games. You've got to start turning our home form around. Defensively from set pieces, we still kind of struggle with. So there is things to work on, but it's certainly better than what it was a few weeks ago. Just need to try and keep this unbeaten run going. And yeah, and let's see where we are in a couple of weeks' time. So I will speak to you all Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday more likely. I'll be up here after Salford, because I'm just going to be shattered. I'm all out at the moment. I'm going to Manchester at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow morning to watch the Man City game for 2:00 kickoff. I'm on the bus, mega bus, on the way up. I'm off out tonight, so I'm probably going to get 2 or 3 hours kip. So I am going to be flat out, but I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for sitting through today. And I'm feeling better. To be honest, these last few months for me personally have been rubbish. I'm going to be honest with you. I've had a rough few months. But yeah, it's weird, what a haircut can do. Just looking at me. I know I'm a good-looking chap, but, it's a bit better. Anyway, that'll do it for me today. I'll speak to you all very, very soon. And have a good rest of your weekend. Be well and stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.